Hey everybody, so we're back for another nostalgia product. This is the My Mini Griddle. It's the last one that they carry at my local store, so I decided to get it. You can do eggs, omelets, pizzas, burgers, and cookies, and more, it says. We will try some of these out to test it out, plus a couple different of those more items. This tamper-proof sticker really is tamper-proof. Gotta cut this darn thing. The other ones came off pretty easy. Alright, so we get the typical stuff. It's in every one of their boxes. We get the little manual. This is actually the largest manual I've seen in any of their products. Usually will come with a few different recipes of theirs. Got the little griddle, so it's pretty small. Another one of those items that it's more of a personal use. This is big enough to make pretty much one pancake at a time. Non-stick surface, as they all are. Little imperfection on their non-stick there, but shouldn't really be a worry. A little over 500 watts, just like the others. So it's not super powerful. First off, we'll go ahead and let's try a mini quesadilla. This is something that my daughter will want to do. You'll normally need to use mini tortillas. I didn't have any mini tortillas, so I just cut some out to kind of equal the shape. Put a little cheese, and then you put the other tortilla on top. Then we'll go ahead and let this sit for a couple minutes. All right, we'll come back. We'll take a look at it. Looks like the cheese is getting melted. I'll go ahead and give it a flip. Give it a couple more minutes. Go ahead and check it again after a couple minutes. Looks like you can use just a little bit more there. It's almost done. A minute later, we'll come back and we'll go ahead and take it out. I haven't tested the quesadilla in the sandwich maker yet, but I think that one might work a little bit better, at least on kind of sealing it. But it does what it needs to do. This will be more for my 8-year-old because she likes to do this kind of stuff. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try a burger. It says it will cook a burger. Let's find out. I have a full-size patty here. Now, since these patties were pre-made, I'm gonna cook it well done because I don't trust other people's ground beef if I haven't been able to see it. After a few minutes, we're gonna check on it. We'll go ahead and give it a couple more minutes there. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the first flip. As you can see, the heat's pretty much on that top plate. All right, we'll come back, take a look. That side is nice and seared as well. I'll give it just a little bit more time, and then we're going to put some cheese on it. You can see it's got a little bit of pool of grease in there. I decided to clean it up before I do the cheese. And I'm going to try and toast the buns. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I may just mostly heat it. When it comes to toasting, it's going to take a little bit. I'm just going to heat it up. We'll go ahead and heat up the other half. Not the most efficient way to do this, that's for sure. Now we're going to go ahead and do the cheese. It shows on the picture to just put the cheese on in the grill or griddle. And looking at this, I'm going to say that's not a very good idea. I mean, it worked, but it's a little messier. So their picture, at least with that part's a little misleading. Maybe if you got like a miniature patty, it might work. Something that's half the size, not quite as tall. But it did cook the burger, so I can say it at least works. I don't really have anything to put on it. I wasn't really planning to do a burger originally. So what I'll do is I'll just give this to my daughter. She likes to eat her burgers plain with nothing except for tomato half the time. But it cooked it. It's well done. It took about, I want to say I cooked it for about 12 minutes total. So it did take a little bit of time. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we're going to try something else here. Let's go ahead and try an egg. Now, it says it's non-stick. It does say to add a little bit of oil just to, like, kind of improve the longevity of the non-stick. But let's go ahead and see if the egg will cook without sticking. We'll give that a little over a minute there. Maybe 2. Come back. Yeah, you can see where it kind of stuck to the top just a little bit there. Not quite browning like I would want it to. Go ahead and give it a flip here. Go ahead and give that about a minute. I'm going to say with eggs, it's not completely non-stick, so definitely use some cooking spray. We're going to go ahead and try it again, but with a little bit of cooking spray this time. Let's see if it cooks a little bit better. Lost a shell. We don't want anybody eating that. Alright, we'll give this a couple minutes here. Come back. This time it didn't stick. I mean, we're still not getting much of a brown on it. Definitely not my ideal way to cook an egg. I know my daughter, she's been using the other egg cooker. She doesn't have a problem with it. My younger daughter, she likes it to be a little brown from searing it on the stove. So most likely that's how I will continue to do eggs. Plus the fact you can only do one at a time. Maybe for one person, just wants one egg. This is fine. I just kind of want to demo and show everything I can on it. Plop it on the plate. Next, we're going to go ahead and give it a little spray again. We're going to go ahead and try the omelet. So I got some peppers, onions, and some mushrooms. These were frozen and then defrosted ones. I do keep these in my freezer just for quick, simple dishes when I need it. Sometimes bell peppers go to waste in my house if I don't get them used in time, so I just use frozen ones. We'll give this a couple minutes here. Come back. I'm going to add just a touch of water, just kind of steam it up in it a little bit. Definitely getting hot. It's just, you're not going to get much of a sear. The only thing that has really gotten a decent sear was the burger so far. Go ahead and add I'm going to use 1 egg. The egg, I just did simple pepper and salt. It's about 1 egg's about perfect. These are just extra large eggs. Couple minutes, we'll take a look here. It's looking pretty good. Go ahead and give this a flip. At least for omelet wise, this one's cooking a little bit better than that other egg cooker. But the other egg cooker was more of a steamer. Alright, so the omelet's not too bad. How about we try some pizza in here? It claims to be able to do pizza. I'm just going to use some of this pizza crust in a can. And then we just got, you know, whatever pizza sauce you like to use, and then some mozzarella cheese, and then I have some pepperoni. Go ahead and get this out of the can. Of course, it's going to be rolled up. It's usually like one full sheet is rolled. I'm going to unroll it and then cut off some chunks. I've used this dough before. It's not too bad. But I've never done it in a little cooker like this. It's always been on a larger sheet pan in the oven. I'll just cut off a little chunk here. And I'm going to kind of try to form it up a little. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. I think I'm going to end up kneading it a little too much. It's not perfect, not pretty. A little more, I'll call this one rustic. But I got the griddle nice and hot and ready and waiting. When the light's off, it's pretty much preheated. Do just a little bit of spray. Go ahead and try and see what this looks like. Alright, after a little bit of time, we'll go ahead and check on it. I cut a couple more chunks, but this time I did squares, and I also chiffonade a little bit of basil, because I'm going to put it on my piece. Looking pretty good. I'm going to give it just a little more time. Alright, about a minute later, we're going to go ahead and put some sauce on it. You could use whatever pizza sauce you want. I'm not ambitious enough to make homemade. Not for this. A little bit of mozzarella. And I'll throw a slice of pepperoni in the middle there. It'd be more like a pizza bite. Back a minute later. Looks pretty good. I'll let my daughter have this one. Another little spray. We'll go ahead and start another one here. Gonna do a square shape. I'm not gonna worry about messing up the dough. Do it a little bit more. Give it about another 2 minutes there. Alright, we're ready to put some sauce on this one. Mozzarella. Our basil. If you've never had fresh basil on pizza, you definitely need to try it. It's like a whole new world. Little pepperoni. And we'll give this one a couple minutes. And this one looks pretty good. Might not be the prettiest pizza, but it's still good. I'll get this cleaned up and then we'll work on the next project. So I'm back next day. I'm going to do a crab cake. I'm going to just do a simple mix for a little bit of crab. I'm going to do 1 egg. Little bit of mustard. You could also use dry mustard if that's what you have. A little bit of mayonnaise. Little bit of Old Bay. And I'm going to put a little bit of black garlic in here. You heard that right, black garlic. If you've never had this stuff, definitely see if you can find some in your local markets. Give it a try. Really good stuff. I love this stuff. It's hard to find though. And then we're going to throw in some panko breadcrumbs. May need a few more breadcrumbs, but I'm going to give this a mix first. And then I don't dip mine in breadcrumbs just because I don't like a whole lot of breading on the outside. Definitely going to need a few more crumbs in here. Alright, so I got everything mixed up. It's going to be more of a rustic crab cake. They're not going to be perfect. I'm not going to bread them, dip them, any of that. A little bit of spray. Go ahead and form them into a patty. As you can see, it's not perfect. We'll give that a couple minutes and then flip it. It smells really good. I added a little bit more black garlic. If you're wondering about black garlic, it's a fermented garlic pretty much. It's a little bit milder, a little bit sweeter, really good stuff. Warm up and make another one. I'm making a nice little mess here. There you have it. We made crab cakes too. They're not the prettiest ones, but we still made some crab cakes. I think the options are kind of limitless. You just think up some ideas, and I think it will work. I'll try to think of some other stuff to try out in this thing. But anyway, thank you for stopping by. If you like watching my content, like seeing new things that I come up with or try to do, definitely hit that subscribe and like button, and comment below if you got any suggestions of anything you'd like to see. Anyway, thank you.